Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Quick look again at Solana, double checking some important factors here. While we haven't pulled back quite as aggressively as we expected, we bounced close to that point of control. Remember, 137, 138 is that level for the most recent point of control in the last roughly 10 days of trading. So while we do have more propensity for the price to still pull back further, that's kind of what I'm looking for entry, trying to be patient. We do have this break of this ascending trend line and a potential bearish backtest. So let's talk about the backend data here really quick for Solana and kind of go from there. And I want to say thank you for hitting the like button, commenting below, and helping grow the channel. And obviously, if you're part of the community, welcome aboard and/or thanks for being part of it. CryptoCache.tech is a site if you want to join our trading academy, community, or signals. Take a look here. 135 is that lower level of liquidation. Okay, that's likely where we have that chart there drawn out because that's just a very, very common place for the price action to pull back to. And again, keep in mind, there's a lot of liquidation there because there's longs taken positions there based on support. So it's not just like, liquidation isn't a support level per se. Support is the area, and that's why liquidation occurs there. Okay, so we'll take a look at that here in a minute. But just to clarify, there is definitely a lot more liquidation above the price action, roughly about 4 billion at 152 to 153. Okay, so all the more reason why the price action should continue higher, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see one last little liquidity sweep here to sweep that 134, 133 range and then come right back up. So I am considering, again, a long in that 134, 135 range. If it even happens, it may not even be a possibility, folks. Again, I'm not claiming to be bearish here at all. In fact, the way that Bitcoin pulled back yesterday, Solana actually held together fairly well. Most coins were knee-jerk reactioning down, just like flopping out, and Solana slowly bled out. It wasn't too bad considering. So that shows me some strength here at this level, and that's a good sign. Remember, we got that point of control for larger time frames at 145 as low as 131. Okay, so let's take a quick look here at the moving averages on the daily. We're not quite above the 20-day SMA, but we're trying to get back above that. Okay, closure above that would be a pretty solid sign. We can also see the 200-day SMA hanging out there at about 135 once more. That can act as a magnet. And let's take a quick look here at stochastic. It is starting to squeeze and potentially pull back, letting us know this little momentous trend may be slowing down. That's natural because of this red candle, though, so keep that in mind. That doesn't necessarily mean that we're just going to drop. It does imply, though, however, that a pullback a little bit further could still make sense. Either way, however you look at it here, we're still under 50 on the RSI. We never truly closed above that level, or technically we did, but we instantly went right back below it. So again, waiting to be back up over 50 on the RSI, I would say is a positive sign. I would make sure that we have that as a contributing factor before taking a long. It would be helpful, of course. While it's not a deal breaker, it's a pretty big thing to be able to have when trading, knowing that you've confirmed that you are, for the most part, bullish, right? For right now, we're transitioning. We're not quite there yet. I don't think we will truly ever be back there, honestly, at this point. But just based on the current market here, it's something we're looking for, and we don't have it yet. We can also see this point of control here, again, 136, 137. Price action is close to that range. And again, this is mostly just based on the last month's worth of trading, roughly. Okay. So having said all that, let's look at the 4-hour time frame. We're maintaining above 50 on the RSI. This is generally favorable, but we're looking to try to retest it again. So hopefully we don't break down this next time. Hypothetically, we get that lower liquidity sweep to that 135 range. We could very well see the price bounce off that 50. Okay. We can see stochastic swinging up and MACD is starting to lose its momentum. It's plateauing, letting us know that a shift in momentum is soon to happen, but once more, we're not there yet. So you want to recognize here, in order to get this shift in momentum, let's look on the hourly, it'll probably be easier to identify. We need to start seeing higher highs and higher lows. While we're seeing that right here so far, this more so looks like a bear flag to me. Okay. Again, bear flags are generally something that works itself into a channel before it breaks down again. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do see one more leg down here to sweep that level of liquidity and then recover from there. So just be mindful, this isn't truly a bullish sign at all. I know some people can be misinterpreting that where it's like, oh, higher highs, higher lows, we're good to go. These are a lot of times bull traps here, okay? Now, again, why we want to look at that and other things too is we want to recognize, hey, we're back below the support level here. So likelihood of the price going lower is also very high, okay? So again, a lot of reasons why you shouldn't consider a long position just yet with this coin. And if you're going to consider a position, I would say a short position with some tight profit targets would be appropriate, okay? Again, if I'm not mistaken, our day trading bot has opened some Solana short signals already. And it's just we have a lot of confirmation to the downside at this point, especially the way the market is looking. So me personally at this point, I think it's a kind of a crazy, weird situation in general with most coins. It's difficult to find confirmation with all these ebbs and flows, but this is generally an unfavorable sign. The lagging span is also free and clear to the downside, if I'm not mistaken here. Nope, correction, that was the moving average. Let's double check this here. Zoom in. We can see the lagging spans right here within the price action. So generally it doesn't mean that you want to just open a short position either. That generally implies that if you have a long, you should have taken profit. And then also if we do take a look here, the conversion line and the baseline, they're intersecting. Generally not a favorable sign to take a trade either. What we're looking for is a solid closure here at 144 or higher. Remember, that's going to be our point of control for the larger time frames. So being over 145 is extremely important. That could essentially work as a resistance level, so we could see the price action come up here and then pull back. Okay, so there's a handful of things that could happen, but at this point here, it just seems like further downside makes more sense based on the micro rather. The macro is starting to form a better shape, but I mean, all this liquidity here, folks, it would make a lot more sense to see the price sweep that level before it takes off. It's just kind of the way the market is moving. So again, I'd much rather wait for an opportunity that doesn't happen than to get into one that goes terribly. Even though that does still happen too, right, folks? Again, trading is not perfect. You got to roll with it. Make sure you learn from your mistakes you're making them, and consistently just adjust and be a better person today than you were yesterday. Okay. And that goes for life too. If you can do that in life, I think you're going to be just fine with trading. Personally, that has a lot to do with it. Anyways, I do deeply appreciate you watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow if you haven't yet already. Join us over here with Bitunix. We've got one more day left to qualify for this nice little deposit bonus. And obviously jump on over to Twitter, Telegram, Discord, YouTube, and now TikTok Shorts. Okay, so a lot of fun. Good stuff there. Deeply appreciate, again, the feedback. Hope you all have a good rest of your day. We'll see you again soon. Take care.